Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. For this week's vlog, I wanted to do a what I read during the week, and I am currently in two books that I'm reading right now. I'm listening to an audiobook, and I have my Kindle. I haven't been reading a physical book at all, pretty much, just because every single one of my books are in boxes because of things that are going on right now in me and my fiance's life, which I will eventually talk about. But let me tell you, it's rough, and we're going through it, and we need prayers. So send them our way, please. Please, and be nice, send them our way. But I wanted to talk about the books that I'm reading right now and that I'm hopeful to finish by tomorrow. I am currently 46% through the Zodiac Academy, and I'm really enjoying that book. I feel like that book is super freaking good. Like, I know that I'm going to be a fan through and through, and I just love that book. Like, I love Darcy, I love Tori, I love where they're at the moment. I'm at the beginning of everything. I'm in their freshman year. If you don't know what the Zodiac Academy is basically, it's a fantasy, I would say fantasy romance, if it's categorized that way. And it is about these two twins who, when they turn 18, this guy comes into the normal or moral or whatever world, and comes and wants to take him back to where they're supposed to be from. But these girls have no idea that they are princesses and that their parents were the king and queen of Solaria, which is basically where they're supposed to be from. But they're struggling in the real world. They are, struggling to pay rent and things like that. So when they find out that they can get an inheritance if they basically graduate the Zodiac Academy, they're like, oh yeah, we need the money, why not do this? And apparently we have like magic powers and like all this stuff. They found out that at the beginning that they have all four elements, which is air, earth, water, and fire. So they're like basically the strongest out of everyone in their class or everyone in the Zodiac Academy. But the thing is that there are people already who don't want them to come in and like claim the throne, basically. So if they graduate the Zodiac Academy, they can claim the throne and their inheritance, because basically like their parents were basically like the most powerful powerful people in the place that they're from in the world. So that is a really interesting it's really interesting, everything that I'm reading so far, and I am loving it. I laugh sometimes at the things that like Darcy and Tori say. I feel like Tori is more funny, and like she doesn't take shit from no one, and we like that. We like a girl that doesn't take shit from anyone. Anyways, I'm also reading or listening to Twisted Hate, and that is the third book in the Twisted series, and I'm enjoying that book too. It's super spicy, and I can honestly say that, I'm not gonna lie, I think the Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, is getting me out of my fantasy romance reading slump. Like, I was on a fantasy romance reading slump for the absolute longest. Like, I could not reading a fantasy romance. I could not pick up a fantasy, nothing. But I feel like I have been reading a lot of romance lately, and a lot of like spice, and a lot of like too much spice. Like, I go through phases where I love spice and that's like everything that I want, and then again I go through phases where I'm like, I need the fantasy like aspect, I need the fantasy romance. Like, I don't get as much spice, but like I get the I just get that like romance aspect that I'm looking for with some fantasy elements to it. And I feel like that is exactly what The Awakening is giving me right now. There hasn't been any spicy scenes yet. Like, I'm into the just the bullying, which I do not like that. Like, I do not prefer bullying in books that I read, but I feel like it's essential for the story of Darcy and Tori for us to be able to understand that those girls are going to turn out to be the most badasses like girls ever, and I just cannot wait. Hi guys, so I finished Twisted Hate, and to be completely honest, I gave that book like a 3.6. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the other books, and so far this is the third. So Twisted Love and Twisted Games was definitely above Twisted Hate. So overall it was a good enemies to lovers, a good it was a good book overall. All I have to know and all I want to know is who is Dante Russo, because he intrigues me a lot. And I don't know if Twisted Lies is going to be about him and maybe Stella, because like she's the only girl within the group friendship that doesn't have anyone. So it could be Stella and Dante Russo. I'm seeing something. I don't know what the trope and what like it's going to be about, but I like that because Dante is a CEO. He has money and he seems like mysterious, like he is dangerous kind of guy, like the same as Alex. Like he gives me that vibe. So I'm really looking forward to reading that book, but I don't think I'm going to pick that book up right away because your girl is obsessed with the Zodiac Academy, which is I'm reading The Awakening, as you guys know, and I'm really hopeful to get to at least 75 to 80% today, like tonight. As soon as I clock off of work, like I want to do that. I want to start reading. The only bad thing about me is like I love taking naps. I'm a napper. I need it to function. So when I get off of work, I usually just lay in bed, and sometimes like I just fall asleep. So I don't get to like start reading right away. I'm gonna try to read today as much as I can. Hopefully I get a big chunk read, because your girl is obsessed, like obsessed. I'm to the point at this point into the book, 60%, and that is where Tori follows Darius into like the woods, and I guess he's going to meet someone like really suspicious or whatever, and that person end up being Orion. And she overhears them talking, and they're talking like they're plotting about getting rid of someone. So they're getting rid of someone. They want to get rid of someone before they get too powerful and overpower them. So you know that Tori and Darcy are kind of putting two and two together. I hope to read a lot of this today, and as soon as I'm done, hopefully, I probably won't be done, but I will come back and update you guys when I have another update regarding the Zodiac Academy. Hi guys, happy Thursday. This is the first time that I show my face. I don't know if I showed my face yesterday or not. I knew I went to the office. I'm outside right now. I got my little doggy out and he just did his business. So anyways, I wanted to come back with a reading update on the Zodiac Academy because your girl is done. I finished Zodiac Academy yesterday. It was actually late at night. It was like 12. It was almost 12 o'clock when I finished it, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 4-star, mainly just because I know that the other books in the series will probably be a 5-star, book 2, book 3, book 4. So I was kind of giving it like, a 4-star because I really did enjoy it. The ending was kind of like, it pissed me off. Everything that Seth and Darius did to Tori and Darcy, I was done with them. Like I really thought and I was hoping, like I was just like them, like thinking that they were actually gonna be freaking, you know, better and good and stuff, and that they should trust them, but of course not. Like, it's the first book, so you would expect this to happen. This reading vlog is actually pretty good. I thought it was gonna be like not so good, to where I was going to like hate most of the books that I was reading, or like not give it a good rating, but I think it went pretty well. And another book that I picked up after the Zodiac Academy, I was also reading another book that I had picked up because I was done with the first book that I was reading, and I decided to pick up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I really am enjoying this book. I got a little bit left, like not much, and I'm actually gonna just finish it outside and see how this ends. But basically we are following Daniel and Alexis. Alexis is older than Daniel, which, I mean, I've never seen the female be older than the male character in a book, which that was something that really intrigued me, and I was like really liking that. And in this book, basically, Daniel is just from a small town. He's not he doesn't have a career. He didn't go to university, he didn't graduate college, he doesn't have a career in the sense of like, he's not a doctor, he's not a lawyer, and Alexis is. So one day she's going through town, going back to where she lives, and she stopped at this town and she meets Daniel. They have like this one night stand kind of thing, and she just leaves the one day. She gives him her number though, and so they get together again. But you know, Alexis is going through her own stuff. She has a really controlling family, and it's just based on her career, and her father thinks that basically he doesn't value her. Her father doesn't value her as a daughter, more of a like, you have to look good because of the family, like you have to keep up the family's name. So I really enjoyed it. I wish Alexis would have realized more at the beginning, like towards the middle, that Daniel was the person for her, and that she should have just stood up for him and like gave him the respect he needed, and not hide him from his family and like friends and stuff like that. But again, I'm really enjoying it. This is super cute. It's a really good book if you want something wholesome, something nice. There isn't like any sad things happening in this book, but there is some triggers with it. And I would say if you're the type of person who struggles with, I would say, like triggering subjects of domestic abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, like it does touch base on that, just because Alexis was going through that with the ex-boyfriend that she had. And again, her parents loved him so much that they would want to have her be with him instead of giving, you know, the benefit of the doubt to their own daughter, and you know, things like that. So I would definitely trigger warnings for this. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of this book, and I will come back with my final thoughts. I would say this is a solid 4-star book. I really enjoyed it. I know that there's another book after this. I think it's called I'm not exactly sure, but it's the red cover. I know that a lot of people were talking about it, and it's like a doctor's romance too, like in the hospital. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's like the red cover. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it. But that's a big companion series to this book, so I'll probably read that next because I really enjoyed this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just relax and read the final pages of this book, and I will come back when I have another update. I'm back with a reading update. I finished Part of Your World, and I really enjoyed it. The ending was really cute. They ended up with like a beautiful happy ending, and she finally, you know, stood up and did what she had to do, and she chose happiness, and that's all that matters. Don't settle, choose happiness. So if you would like to read this, or if you were like hesitant about reading this, I feel like a lot of people already read it because it was like a really popular book on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube community. So I feel like if you have been wanting to read Part of Your World, you should definitely read it. Or if you have never read anything from Abby Jimenez, you should definitely give her a chance. There is a couple of books from her that I didn't enjoy, but this one I did, and I think I'm gonna like Yours Truly, which is the companion series to this book as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video right now because I'm going to be recording another one, and stay tuned for that one because I'm reading my most anticipated read of 2023. Like, I'm just gonna say it, my most anticipated read of 2023 is that one, and it came out yesterday. It was actually supposed to be released today on Amazon, but on Kindle Unlimited was yesterday, and I was able to get the copy, and I'm about to read it, and I'm gonna make a whole video about it, and it's probably gonna be like a weekend vlog just because we're going to the beach this weekend. So stay tuned for that. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.